Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 23rd August 2024. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone price action reports helpful to the premium subscribers. The first report, we are going to find the stocks near demand and supply zones for all the time frames. We will also identify daily and 75 minutes high liquidity zones, and also we will look into 15 minutes and 5 minutes zones, demand and supply zone confluence. So let's start with the half yearly time frame. Let us find the stocks near half yearly demand zone. Only one stock is filtered near to the half yearly demand zone. I'll be giving you only few seconds time to watch the report. I request you pause the video. You can study all the parameters. You can draw the zones on your charts by taking leg in, leg out timestamps and also base candle count. In case if you doesn't understand how to study this report, I request you complete our training lesson 21.1. There I have explained each and every column in detail, their values, their abbreviations, and also how to draw the zones in TradingView by taking the leg in and leg out timestamps and base candle count. Okay, now the next report is for half yearly time frame. Let us find the stocks near half yearly supply zone. One stock is filtered near to the half yearly supply zone. The next time frame is a quarterly time frame. Now let's identify the stocks near quarterly demand zone. 3 stocks are filtered near to the quarterly demand zone. The next report for quarterly time frame, let us find the stocks near quarterly supply zone. Again, 3 stocks are filtered near to the quarterly supply zone. In the next report, let us change the time frame to monthly and let us find the stocks near monthly demand zone. 3 stocks are filtered near to the monthly demand zone. In the next report for monthly time frame, let us find the stocks near monthly supply zone. 2 stocks are filtered near to the monthly supply zone. In the next time frame, weekly, and let us find the stocks near weekly demand zone. 5 stocks are filtered near to the weekly demand zone. Next report, weekly time frame, let us find the stocks near weekly supply zone. And 4 stocks are filtered which are near to the weekly supply zone. The next time frame is a daily. So entry time frame daily, let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Let us identify high liquidity demand zones from this list. Adani Ports is having a high liquidity demand zone. That's it. We have only one high liquidity daily demand zone from this list. And the next report for daily time frame, let us find the stocks near daily supply zone. 5 stocks are filtered and it seems there are no high liquidity zones. Yes, there are no high liquidity daily supply zones from this list. Next time frame is 125 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 125 minutes demand zone. 10 stocks are filtered near to the 125 minutes demand zone. The next report for 125 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 125 minutes supply zone. 3 stocks are filtered near to the 125 minutes supply zone. The next time frame is 75 minutes. Entry time frame is 75 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 75 minutes demand zone. 8 stocks are filtered. Let us find if there are any high liquidity zones from this list. So we have Pidilite Industries is having a high liquidity demand zone and it is a fresh zone. You need to fine tune the zone up to the 5 minutes time frame. If you can find a fine-tuned 5-minute zone, you can plan a trade. And the next one is UPL. UPL is also having a high liquidity 75 minutes demand zone, also a fresh zone. So here also you need to look for a fresh fine-tuned 5-minute zone. So we have identified 2 high liquidity 75 minutes demand zones from this list. The next, for 75 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 75 minutes supply zone. 5 stocks are filtered. So let's identify high liquidity zones from this list. First one is not a valid high liquidity zone because it is a pierced zone, so it's not valid. The next one is BEL. BEL is having a high liquidity supply zone. Already tested once and 4 rejections from this zone. And if you can find a fresh fine-tuned 5-minute zone or any high liquidity 5 minutes fine-tuned zone, also you can plan a trade. Because 4 rejections, probably we need to see there could be any fine-tuned high liquidity zone or a fresh fine-tuned 5-minute zone. Either one is okay. That's it. We have only one high liquidity 75-minute zone from this list. So that means we have identified high liquidity zones from daily time frame and 75 minutes time frame. The next time frame is 25 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 25 minutes demand zone. So 2 stocks are filtered. In the next report, for 25 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 25 minutes supply zone. So 3 stocks are filtered near to the 25 minutes supply zone. The next time frame is 15 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 15 minutes demand zone. So 5 stocks are filtered which are near to the 15 minutes demand zone. Let us identify any of these 15-minute zones are having confluence with ITF time frame, that is 75 minutes time frame. So we need to look for 15 minutes and 75 minutes demand zone confluence. So I am enabling 15 minutes and 75 minutes demand zone. It's enabled. Let's filter the stocks. So these 3 stocks are having demand zone confluence. In that, Maruti is having a high liquidity zone. Jindal Steel is a fresh zone, but it is not a high liquidity but a fresh zone. And odd and hands score is 14 and 14 each of them are having. Now let's verify any of these 3 stocks are having confluence with HTF time frame, that is daily time frame. So we should add 2 more filters now in the demand zone confluence. Already we added 15 minutes and 75. And next 15 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. And also 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone confluence. All the 3 demand zone confluence are, that is LTF, ITF, HTF confluence. So none of the stocks are having a LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. Only 15 minutes and 75 minutes demand zone confluence. We found 3 stocks. Okay, the next report for 15 minutes time frame, let us find the stocks near 15 minutes supply zone. 5 stocks are filtered near to the 15 minute supply zone. Now let us verify any of these stocks are having confluence with ITF time frame, that is 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone confluence. So 15 minutes and supply zone confluence I am enabling. So with this filter, we identified only one stock. The supply zone is having 15 minutes and 75 minutes zone confluence. Let's verify this stock is also having HTF confluence, that is a daily confluence, supply zone confluence. 15 minutes and 75 is enabled. Next 15 minute supply zone with daily supply zone also enabled now, and 75 and daily, this is also enabled. Now let's filter the stocks. Yes, the same stock is filtered. That means CUB is having 15 minutes, 75 minutes and a daily zone confluence, that is LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. and also it is supporting a downtrend in both. That means it might be supporting bearish trade setup. But RR is not good. Okay. The next report, 5 minutes time frame, changing the time frame to 5 minutes. Let us find the stocks near 5 minutes demand zone. 7 stocks are filtered. Let's verify. 15 minutes demand zone confluence. 5 minutes and 15 minutes demand zone confluence. That is LTF and ITF confluence. So this is enabled. Let's filter. So 2 stocks are filtered and both the zones are high liquidity zones. So the 5 minutes and 15 minutes. Now let's verify out of these two how many are having even HTF confluence. HTF demand zone confluence, 5 minutes and 75 minutes confluence, and also 15 minutes and 75 minutes confluence. Now all the 3 are enabled. Let's filter. So Jindal Steel is having a LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. But RR is not good. But the point you need to understand, it is a high liquidity zone. It may support up to 15 minutes. The 15 minutes entry up to 15 minutes. Yeah, the supply zone is a 5 minute supply zone. We may get the target up to 15 minute supply zone because it is a high liquidity zone. That possibility is there. And in the next report for entry time frame is 5 minutes. Let's find the stocks near 5 minute supply zone. 6 stocks are filtered near to the 5 minute supply zone. Now let us verify how many of these stocks are having even confluence with ITF time frame. The supply zone confluence, 5 minute supply zone and 15 minute supply zone confluence. So here we have 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone enabled. That is LTF and ITF confluence. 2 stocks are filtered. Out of these 2, any are having even HTF confluence. Let's verify. That is 5 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone is enabled, and 15 minute supply zone and 75 minutes also just enabled. Now let's filter the stocks. So only Divi's Lab is having the confluence, but the problem is RR. It doesn't have good RR. Okay, this is about stocks near demand and supply zones. We also identified high liquidity at daily and 75 minute zones, and we also verified 15 minutes and 5 minute zones along with their ITF and HTF confluence. So the next report, NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain we will generate. Let's start with NIFTY. So Nifty 50. Okay, I have selected Nifty 50 and let's start with the monthly time frame. So I am generating a Nifty 50 supply demand zone chain for monthly time frame. So this is the Nifty 50 monthly supply demand zone chain. Look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zones. Look into the pierced column. If the pierced count is not 0, then the zone is not a more than 0. Zones are more than 0 count indicates the zone is pierced. You can also look into test column and rejection column to check whether the zone is tested. Okay. Always remember, test. You should look for tested zones only for LTF zones. ITF and HTF zones you need not worry about. The zone is tested or fresh. No, it doesn't make any difference. Entry zone should be a fresh zone. If it is a high liquidity zone, it supports multi-testing. No issues. Okay, the next report is, we are changing the time frame to weekly. Now we are going to generate a weekly supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. So this is weekly supply demand zone chain. In the next report, changing the time frame to daily, and I am generating daily supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Now I am changing the time frame to 125 minutes and generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. I am changing the time frame to 75 minutes and I am generating 75 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Now I am changing the time frame to 25 minutes and I am generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. Now I am changing the time frame to 15 minutes. I am generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. And the next time frame is 5 minutes. Now I am generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for NIFTY. So this is about NIFTY supply demand zone chain from monthly until 5 minutes time frame. Next, let's start with BANKNIFTY starting from monthly time frame. So I have to change the script code as NIFTY Bank. It's nothing but BANKNIFTY. So now I am generating BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain for monthly time frame. The next time frame is weekly. I am generating weekly supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. And the next time frame is daily. I am generating daily supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. Now the daily trend is changed to sideways. And the next time frame is 125 minutes. I am generating 125 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. And the next time frame is 75 minutes and generating 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. And the next time frame is 25 minutes. I am generating 25 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. The next time frame is 15 minutes. I am generating 15 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. And the next time frame is 5 minutes. I am generating 5 minute supply demand zone chain for BANKNIFTY. So this is about BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. With this we have completed both NIFTY and BANKNIFTY supply demand zone chain. Next we will generate bullish and bearish trade setups for different income trades, that is monthly, weekly, daily and hourly income trade. And we will also look into LTF zone confluence with ITF and HTF zone confluence also in these income trades. First let me start with monthly income trade bullish trade setup. For monthly income trade bullish trade setup, entry time frame is daily and entry zone is demand zone. And in bullish or bearish trade setup, at daily time frame, I am selecting bullish. and these daily zones should not be pierced. So in the pierced count column in daily time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value I am setting 0. Zone achievement should be violated opposing zone, and minimum odd enhancer score is 12. Now let's verify. So this is the filtered list. Let me scroll the list down. So 29 stocks. So these 29 stocks are currently supporting. Let me scroll the list down. These 29 stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Now let us add one more filter. Let us check any of these HTF zones are also having EMA confluence. After that, let us verify zone confluence. So monthly zones are having, because monthly is HTF time frame, always EMA having a HTF confluence. That is a very good trade setup. So we have EMA confluence. Because it is a bullish trade setup having EMA confluence, because EMA confluence works only in bullish and bearish trade setups. And sideways setup, EMA confluence doesn't make any sense. So that is the reason why we need to look for monthly zone EMA confluence, monthly EMA confluence. So demand zone is having monthly EMA confluence. But EMA confluence makes sense only in the trending market. So these 15 stocks are filtered. So these 15 stocks are having monthly zones, are having monthly EMA confluence. Look into the search filter. So this is the daily time frame, entry time frame, that means monthly income trade. And also it is a bullish or bearish trade setup. We selected bullish. EMA confluence on monthly time frame we have selected. Demand zone demand zone means monthly demand zone, having monthly EMA confluence. And this report is useful for the traders who trade based on the EMA confluence. Here which HTF is the monthly time frame. See here, zone violation in all the monthly uptrend is there. One stock is having a sideways, Jubilant Food, maybe you can ignore this, but remaining all uptrend you can focus. Because monthly EMA during uptrend makes sense. But monthly EMA confluence with daily demand zone, then you can plan the trade. You can draw this. If monthly EMA is having confluence with this LTF zone, at the time also you can plan the trade, no problem. The reason is ITF trend is uptrend. Always ITF trend is uptrend. So this is one filtered list. Or you can also look for weekly confluence also with the weekly zone. But here one problem is there. Monthly EMA confluence and LTF zone confluence is there, then you can plan the trade. But otherwise it doesn't really make sense. Zone confluence, because your zone is LTF. Your LTF zone and monthly zone should have the confluence. So that kind of trade setup is required. Maybe previous the stocks, you may not be knowing how many of those LTF zones are having confluence with monthly. So that is the reason why we will look for, first we will look for weekly. How many of the zones are having weekly demand zone confluence? So I have removed this filter. So let me add. First let me filter the stocks. This is already we have seen this list. 29 stocks are filtered. I already shown you. So no EMA confluence in this. First what I am going to do to make our report perfect, first let us look into the ITF confluence. Which ITF? Demand zone confluence. Our entry time frame is a daily. So daily demand zone is having weekly EMA confluence. First we will filter, then weekly EMA confluence, let's verify. Anyway, weekly trend is uptrend. See, 18 stocks are filtered. These 18 stocks are having daily zone and weekly zone confluence. This is zone confluence, not EMA. This is zone confluence. That is what? Demand zone confluence, weekly and daily. Now let's add weekly EMA confluence. Any of these weekly zones are having weekly EMA confluence. So for that what I am doing? I am going to add EMA confluence in weekly time frame, weekly demand zone, that is demand zone having weekly EMA confluence. Let us filter 11 stocks. All these 11 stocks are having monthly income trade and also having a daily and weekly demand zone confluence, and also the weekly demand zone is also having a weekly EMA confluence. This is EMA confluence. This is a demand zone confluence. See, this is the high probability trade setup within the monthly income trade bullish trade setup. Out of these 11, any of the stocks are having confluence with monthly time frame. That also let's verify. So I am going to add demand zone confluence. Already we selected daily demand zone with weekly demand zone is already enabled. Now daily demand zone with monthly demand zone also we added HTF confluence, and also weekly demand zone and monthly demand zone also I am enabling. Let's filter the stocks. These two stocks are filtered. What is the specialty of these two stocks? These two stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. And the second specialty, all these demand zones are having daily, weekly and monthly zone confluence. And third specialty is the weekly demand zone is also having confluence with weekly EMA. So such a powerful combination. And out of this again IZL is a high liquidity demand zone. Daily demand zone is a high liquidity demand zone. So if any case if prices get into this IZL, probably we should not miss this trade. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. So entry time frame is daily, entry zone is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup in daily I am selecting bearish. And there should not be any pierced zones. That is the reason why pierced count in daily time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value I am setting 0. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone. Minimum odd and hands score is 12. Let's filter the stocks. So no stocks are available currently that are supporting bearish trade setup. Okay, the next one is bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. For weekly income trade, entry time frame is 75 minutes. Bullish trade setup, it is demand zone. And also in bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes, I am selecting bullish. The 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count in 75 minutes time frame, I am adding minimum value 0, maximum value 0. And zone achievement, violated opposing zone, minimum odd and hands score is 12. All the three filters are applied to 75 minutes demand zone. Let us filter the stocks. So all these stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Let me scroll the list down. So 23 stocks are filtered. Out of these 23, how many are having ITF confluence? What is ITF? Daily. So 75 minutes demand zone and daily demand zone confluence. So let me add the filter. So in the demand zone confluence, so I am enabling 75 minutes demand zone with the daily demand zone. So it's enabled. This option is enabled. Now let me filter the stocks. So 13 stocks are filtered. In bullish trade setup, ITF time frame is always uptrend. So here we have uptrend. Now all these 13 stocks are having daily demand zone confluence. If any of these stocks are having daily EMA confluence, that could be a high probability trade setup. So I am going back, adding on daily time frame, daily EMA confluence. Here we have a EMA confluence. So in the daily time frame, I am adding a demand zone with daily EMA confluence. I enable this option. Anyway, trend is uptrend in bullish trade setup for daily time frame. That is ITF time frame. Now let's filter. Now the list is reduced to 8 stocks. These 8 stocks are having ITF zones are having daily EMA confluence, and also the daily zone is having confluence with 75 minutes zone, that is entry zone. Your entry zone and daily zone are confluence with each other. Apart from that, daily zone is having daily EMA confluence. So this is a high probability trade setup. Focusing on these 8 stocks. Generally what happens? Prices will retrace in the bullish trade setup till the zone having EMA confluence. Then because EMA is there, from there again prices will be moving up. So this is the reason why if any of these stocks get into the daily zone where we have 75 minute zone confluence, so we should not miss such kind of trades. So focus on these stocks. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for weekly income trade with all the confluences, that is EMA and LTF and ITF confluence. Now let us verify out of these 8, any of these stocks are also having confluence with weekly time frame. Weekly is HTF. That means LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. So we have 75 minutes demand zone with daily demand zone is already enabled. Now 75 minutes demand zone with weekly I am enabling. Next daily and weekly demand zone is also enabling, all the three. With all the three filters, let's filter the stocks. So none of these zones are having confluence with LTF, ITF, HTF, but LTF and ITF are already filtered in the previous report, and also they are having EMA confluence. Okay, in the next report, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame is 75 minutes. Entry zone is entry zone is supply zone for bearish trade setup, and also in bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes time frame. I am selecting bearish. This 75 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, in 75 minutes time frame, minimum value is 0, maximum value is 0. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone. Minimum odd enhanced score is 12. All the three filters are applied to 75 minute supply zone. That's filter. Only one stock is filtered. And let's verify this stock is having ITF confluence or not. Supply zone confluence, that is 75 minute supply zone with daily supply zone enabled. Good, this stock is having confluence with ITF time frame, that is LTF and ITF 75 minutes and daily confluence is there. That is what we are seeing here. Okay, now let's verify they are also having EMA confluence, daily EMA confluence with ITF zone. ITF zone is daily, because the daily trend is uptrend currently. Daily trend is a downtrend. Daily trend is a downtrend. So we need to look for supply zone confluence. EMA confluence with supply zone. So that is the reason why in the daily time frame, that is ITF time frame, in EMA confluence, I am looking for supply zone with daily EMA confluence. No, it is not having any EMA confluence, but HTF confluence we will see. Before that, we have to remove this EMA confluence filter. Now let us look for supply zone confluence is available with HTF time frame. That is 75 minute supply zone with daily is already enabled. 75 minute supply zone with weekly, now I am enabling. And daily and weekly zone confluence also, now I am enabling. With all the filters, let's verify. So that means Aarti Industries is supporting 75 minutes daily and weekly confluence. But the daily zone is not having EMA confluence. That is the point you should observe. If EMA confluence is there, it could have been a high probability trade setup. But anyway, it's okay. Still, it is a good setup. That is the point you have to understand. So this is about weekly income trade. The next one is daily income trade. In daily income trade, entry time frame is 5 minutes. In bullish trade setup, demand zone. And in bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish. Now 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count, in 15 minutes time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value I am setting 0. So in top-down strategy, we have filtered the stocks. So good number of stocks are filtered. NIFTY Bank is also supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Let me scroll the list down. Let me further scroll the list down. So total 39 stocks are filtered. Currently these 39 stocks are supporting. These 39 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for a daily income trade. Out of these 39, how many are having a ITF confluence? What is ITF time frame? The ITF time frame is 75 minutes. So 15 minutes and 75 minutes zone confluence. So I am going back. Now I am looking for demand zone confluence. The 15 minutes demand zone and 75 minutes demand zone confluence enabled. Let's verify. Still we got a good number of stocks are filtered. Let me scroll the list down. So total 23 stocks are filtered. In all these 23 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for daily income trade, that is entry time frame is 15 minutes and ITF time frame is 75 minutes. And also we looked into 15 minutes and 75 minutes zone confluence. And now we should also look into EMA confluence. Let's look into the 75 minute zone with daily EMA confluence, because EMA confluence up to daily time frame makes sense. Below daily time frame it's not give good results. So that's why daily always gives. Suppose if 75 minute zone is having daily EMA confluence, that means it's a good trade setup. But HTF is daily. But HTF trend, uptrend and daily zone, demand zones, then probably that is even more superior trade setup. But anyway, first let us look into 75 minutes and daily zone confluence. So I am going back, adding EMA confluence. So entry time frame is 75 minutes here. Not entry time frame, ITF time frame is 75. ITF time frame is 75. ITF trend is uptrend. In that way, whether they are having any daily EMA confluence, demand zone, 75 minutes demand zone, because you selected 75 minutes time frame. So 75 minutes demand zone is having daily EMA confluence. I am selecting daily EMA confluence. That is the point you have to observe. Okay. This is the filter. Let's filter the stocks. These 6 stocks are filtered. So these 6 stocks are having even daily EMA confluence. And ITF trend is up, 75 minutes trend is up. And currently they are supporting bullish trade setup. Okay. Now let us look into the ITF confluence, but I am going to remove the EMA confluence while checking ITF. After that we will add daily EMA confluence to HTF time frame, because HTF time frame the zone is a daily zone. First let me remove the EMA filter. Where is it? EMA confluence. Here 75 minutes. Now I am going to filter only LTF, ITF, HTF confluence without any EMA. After that we will add EMA for daily zones. That is a very high probability setup. Okay, already we enabled this 15 minutes with 75. Now 15 minutes demand zone with daily I am enabling, that is HTF time frame, and also 75 with daily also I am enabling. All the three zones are in confluence with each other. Now let's verify how many stocks we are going to filter. 6 stocks are filtered. In these 6 stocks, HTF is daily. Let us look into the daily EMA confluence, but wherever daily trend is uptrend, consider only those stocks while filtering. Out of these 6, any of them are having daily EMA confluence. If anything is having sideways in daily, you can ignore it. Okay, EMA confluence I am adding, and daily time frame. Daily time frame is HTF zone. HTF zone, that is daily zone, is having daily EMA confluence. Demand zone with DEMA seed, that is daily EMA confluence. Daily demand zone with daily EMA confluence is enabled, but trend should be HTF trend, that is daily trend should be uptrend. That we will check in the final result. So that means all these 6 stocks are supporting daily EMA confluence, but the stocks having a sideways, you can ignore them. So you have only 4. Still we want to ignore, simply in zone violation, in daily time frame, you set the trend as uptrend. Now you filter. 4 stocks are filtered. Either manually you can eliminate, or software is also eliminated. If the list is very big list, probably we would have added the filter uptrend, but in a small list manually. But many times we make mistakes. That's why I added the filter and again further filtered. This is a very high probability setup. Why high probability? All the daily zones are having daily EMA confluence. When prices entered into that EMA confluence, that means the price hour extension would have been completed. With this EMA confluence, and trend setup is a bullish trade setup. Daily trend is up, 75 minutes trend is up. The 15 minutes target zones probably may reach up to 15 minutes supply zones. Okay, this is about bullish trade setup for daily income trade, and also LTF, ITF and HTF zone confluence, and also the HTF zone, that is daily zone, is also having daily EMA confluence when all the HTF trends are uptrend. So this is one good trade setup. And in the next report, bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Daily income trade entry time frame is 15 minutes. Bearish trade setup, it is supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup at 15 minutes time frame, that is entry time frame, I am selecting bearish, and 15 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count in 15 minutes time frame, minimum value I am setting 0, maximum value I am setting 0. Zone achievement is violated opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score is 12. With all the 3 filters, I am filtering the stocks. Now 7 stocks are filtered. With all the 7 stocks, currently they are supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Now we need to verify how many of these stocks are having confluence with ITF time frame. So what is the ITF? 75 minutes. So we need to look for 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone confluence. So here we have 15 minutes supply zone with 75 minutes supply zone. I enabled this filter. Let's filter further. Now all these 7 stocks are having confluence with even 75 minutes zone confluence. Now let's verify how many of these 75 minutes supply zones, because they are the ITF zones, are having confluence with daily EMA. So I'm going back, adding the EMA filter. So in EMA Confluence, in 75 minutes time frame, we need to look for 75 minutes supply zone with 75 minutes supply zone with daily EMA Confluence. Below daily EMA Confluence is not really meaningful. So that's why we stopped at daily time frame. But looking 75 minute zone with EMA Confluence. So here we have a supply zone with daily EMA Confluence. I enable this option. Now let's filter the stocks. Now out of 7, 5 stocks are filtered. These 5 stocks are having confluence with 75 minute zone. So this is a high probability setup. So let us look into the another high probability setup, that daily and EMA. But before that, first let us look into LTF, ITF and HTF confluence. That is 15 minutes, 75 minutes and daily zone, supply zone confluence. So for that, first let me remove this 75 minutes zone with daily EMA confluence. Now without any EMA confluence, now we are looking for 15 minutes, 75 minutes and daily supply zone confluence. Zone confluence we are looking. Okay, already we enabled 15 minute supply zone with 75 minute supply zone. And now 15 minute supply zone with daily supply zone also I am enabling. And 75 and daily is also enabling. With all the 3 filters, out of 7, how many are getting filtered? Let us check. 3 stocks. And these 3 stocks, only 1 stock is having a daily trend as a downtrend, remaining sideways. If you look for a daily EMA, if BEL is filtered with this daily supply zone, then it makes sense. Remaining 2, anyone is filtered, probably EMA confluence doesn't make any sense, because daily is anyway sideways. But still, you can take a trade on these zones because it is a bearish trade setup for daily income trade. ITF trend is downtrend. So I'm going back. Let me add the filter. EMA confluence, that is a daily time frame. So daily supply zone is having daily EMA confluence. Daily supply zone with daily EMA confluence I enabled. BHEL is filtered, but it is a sideways. So in sideways trend, anyway EMA confluence doesn't matter. Still it is a valid trade? Yes, it is a valid trade because ITF trend is downtrend. And why EMA confluence doesn't make, but still sideways, this is supporting sideways. Sideways trade setup at ITF time frame. Moreover, all the 3 zones are having confluence. In sideways trade setup, I am yet to explain sideways trade setup in your training program. But let me give you some brief introduction here. In sideways trade setup, at extremes we can take the trade. Extremes are especially where LTF, ITF and HTF are having confluence, that is an extreme end. So definitely this is a good trade setup for taking a long trade. I mean short trade. Sorry for my mistake. Here 15 minutes, 75 minutes and daily supply zones are having confluence. So supply zone trend is supply zone and the trend is sideways. Definitely you can take a short trade here, according to the sideways trade setup. At the same time, according to the bearish trade setup, this is the bearish trade setup, ITF trend, that is 75 minutes trend is down. That way also you can take a trade, either sides. But the only thing you need to look for risk. RR should be there, because here you don't have sufficient RR. You can fine tune to type 2. This is the type 1 proximal risk. If you can fine tune to type 2, if you are getting a good RR, definitely you can plan a trade. You may get a minimum 1:3 RR at that time. Sometimes type 3 also you can consider, sometimes when there is sufficient order flow, if you feel sufficient risk is there within acceptable limit, at the time also you can plan. But anyway, Currently it is a bearish trade setup for a daily income trade. And next one is hourly income trade. In hourly income trade, entry time frame is 5 minutes. And bullish trade setup, entry zone is a demand zone. Hourly income trade is for intraday point of view. And also in bullish or bearish trade setup, at 5 minutes time frame, I am selecting bullish, and 5 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So that's why in the pierced count in 5 minutes time frame, I am adding minimum value 0, maximum value 0. And zone achievement should be violated, opposing zone, minimum odd enhancer score is 12. Let us filter the stocks. 9 stocks are filtered. From these 9 stocks, first let's verify any of these zones, 5 minute zones, are having confluence with daily EMA. 5 minutes. Because intraday, some people, what they do? They look for 5 minute zone with EMA confluence. Which EMA? Daily EMA. They think that the daily zones work very well, but not always, but many times we see. But remember, it's not always. There are times the zone might be pierced, or maybe below that there is one more 5 minutes demand zone, prices go there and then pick up the orders and again they move. So that's why you should be very careful when you are using this kind of strategy. But I have seen many people, especially during intraday, they look for 5 minute zones with EMA confluence, daily EMA confluence. They don't look into any other EMA. So that is the reason why, just because all these are all supporting bullish trade setup, maybe they are having daily EMA confluence, the probabilities, the odds will increase. So what I am going to do, the EMA confluence in 5 minutes time frame, the demand zone he is having, 5 minutes demand zone, he is having daily EMA confluence. See here, demand zone is having daily EMA confluence. That option I am enabling. Let's verify. So none of those zones are having confluence exactly, because 5 minute zones are very small. Maybe 5 minute zone might be having confluence with 15 minute zone. That 15 minute zone might be having confluence with daily. That possibility is there. Anyway, we will check that filter also. Exact 5 minutes EMA confluence is not there. So I disabled this. Without EMA, the list what you have seen earlier. This is the bullish trade setup for hourly income trade without any additional filters. Now I am going to add a filter, ITF confluence, ITF zone confluence. That is 5 minutes demand zone and 15 minutes demand zone confluence. So in the demand zone confluence, the 5 minutes demand zone with 15 minutes demand zone, I am enabling the filter. Let's filter the stocks. Now the list is reduced to 7. Earlier 9 stocks, now it's come down to 7. All these 7 stocks are having 5 minute zones, having confluence with 15 minute zones. Let's verify whether this 15 minutes, what is 15 minutes? ITF zone. In ITF always trend is uptrend. Even HTF also uptrend is there. That's a good sign for checking the EMA confluence. But first we will check with ITF. That is 15 minute zones are having confluence with daily EMA. Let's verify from this 7. So in the EMA confluence, now I am going to 15 minutes time frame. This is ITF time frame. And now I am looking for demand zone with daily EMA confluence option I am selecting. So let's filter the stocks. Oh, one stock is filtered. What is the filter here? 5 minutes and 15 minutes demand zone confluence which we verified, and the second filter 15 minutes, that is ITF zone, is having EMA confluence with 15 minute zone. That's a good trade setup. And moreover, this 5 minutes demand zone is a high liquidity zone and RR is excellent. So very good. This is a good trade setup. We filtered one trade setup, good trade setup related stock. Okay, in the next report I am removing the filter. 15 minutes confluence with daily I removed. Now we have only one filter, that is a demand zone confluence with 15 minutes and 5 minutes. Now what I am going to do, HTF confluence also I want to add. Now there is no EMA confluence. We are directly looking into HTF confluence. What is that? 5 minutes and 15 minutes already enabled. Now 5 minutes with 75 is also we are enabling. And now 15 minutes and 75 minutes also we are enabling. (15 minutes and 75 minutes demand zone also we are enabling. Now all the three, that is LTF, ITF, HTF. That is 5 minutes, 75 minutes. 5 minutes with 15 minutes, 5 minutes with 75 minutes, and 15 minutes with 75 minutes. That is LTF, ITF, HTF. 4 stocks are filtered. In all the 4 stocks, 75 minute zones are uptrend. Now out of these 4, how many are having confluence, daily EMA confluence? Now at present the result is showing zone confluence. Now I am going to add EMA confluence. On which time frame? 75 minutes time frame. That is HTF time frame. So I am going back in the EMA confluence in 75 minutes. This is HTF zone. So if HTF zones are having daily EMA confluence, let's verify. So demand zone with daily EMA confluence. With this filter, let us filter. No stocks. None of the demand zones. That means only 15 minute zone is having a daily EMA confluence. That is what we filtered in the earlier reports. Okay. In the next report, bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. Hourly income trade entry time frame 5 minutes. Bearish trade setup, it is supply zone. And also in bullish or bearish trade setup at 5 minutes, I am selecting bearish. And we don't want 5 minute supply zone should be pierced. So in the pierced count, in 5 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. And zone achievement is violated opposing zone, and minimum odd enhancer score is 12. At all the 3 filters, we got 7 stocks. These 7 stocks are supporting bearish trade setup for hourly income trade. Now let's verify any of these 5 minute zones are having confluence with daily EMA. The 5 minute supply zones confluence with daily EMA. So in the EMA confluence, in 5 minutes demand zone, whether they are having a demand zone with daily EMA confluence, I enabled. So no stocks. Rarely we get this kind of combination. But anyway, lower time frame zones don't have any confluence. That is, entry zones don't have direct EMA confluence. But there is a possibility that without EMA confluence I am filtering earlier of whatever you got 7 stocks. But there is a possibility that 15 minutes supply zones might be having EMA confluence. But before that, you need to look for 15 minute zones and 5 minute zones confluence is there. Then only you should look for such kind of EMA verification. Otherwise it doesn't make any sense. Because your 15 minutes zone is somewhere in the above and the 5 minute supply zone is somewhere below, and you are planning trade in the 5 minutes but looking for EMA in the 15 minutes, both are not confluence, it doesn't make any sense. That's why first you should look for 5 minutes and 15 minutes zone confluence is there or not. So that's why I am going to check supply zone confluence for 5 minutes and 15 minutes. So here 5 minute supply zone with 15 minute supply zone. That means LTF and ITF zone confluence. We are verifying. Let's filter the stocks. Out of 7, 6 stocks, all these 6 stocks are having confluence with 15 minute zone. So that's a good combination. But the thing is, whether any of these zones are 15-minute zones, that is ITF zones, because ITF trend is a downtrend. When the trend is down, and also they are having EMA confluence, let's verify. So I'm going back. Now EMA confluence, that is a 15 minutes ITF time frame. ITF is 15 minutes. They are having any demand zone with it is supply zone with demand zone EMA confluence. The 15-minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Time frame 15. So 15-minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence we are verifying. Why we are verifying? Because all the filtered stocks, they are having 5 minutes and 15 minutes zone confluence. They are overlapped with each other. So 15 minutes zone confluence is there. It's a very good trade setup. Now let me filter the stocks. No stocks. That means none of the supply zones are having confluence with daily time frame. Okay, but still we have another option. 75-minute zone is there. HTF zone. Let us verify that filter. Before that, let me remove this filter. No EMA filter. Now let me verify 7 stocks we will get or not. We got 6 stocks. Earlier from 7, 6 are filtered. They are based on the zone confluence. Without zone confluence, 5 minutes and 15, we got 7 stocks. Now 6 is filtered. Now let us add HTF filter also for the 6 stocks. What is HTF filter? 75-minute zone in supply zone confluence. Already 15 minutes, already 5 minutes and 15 minutes is enabled. Now 5 minutes supply zone with 75-minute supply zone enabled, and also 15-minute supply zone with 75-minute supply zone also enabled. That means LTF, ITF, HTF. That is 5 minutes, 15 minutes and 75-minute zones confluence. So from 6 the list is reduced to 5. That means all these 5 stocks are having confluence with 5 minutes, 15 minutes and 75 minutes, and also they are supporting a bearish trade setup for daily income trade. And the last filter, EMA filter, now this time we are going to apply for for HTF time frame 75. But 75 the trend, 2 stocks are having sideways, but remaining 3 EMA confluence is there. That's a very good trade setup. Okay, now I am adding EMA confluence. 75 minutes time frame we are applying. 75 minute zones with daily EMA confluence. So 75 minute supply zone. 75 minute supply zone with daily EMA confluence. Let's filter. 2 stocks are filtered. Luckily both the HTF zones are downtrend. Very good. And these 2 stocks, 75 minute zones, are having daily EMA confluence. And out of those, again, GAIL is having a high liquidity zone, this one. That is another high probability setup. And BHEL OE score is 15 out of 15. Excellent. And also both are having good RR. This is having a good RR. This is also having a good RR. So they are good trade setups for intraday trading point of intraday traders. Because this is the high liquidity zone, it may go up to 15 minute supply zone. Moreover, this is a pierced demand zone. Already pierced, prices will go down further. There are higher chances it may reach up to 15 minute zone. Even more reward you may get for GAIL. So these are the bullish and bearish trade setups for daily income trade, hourly income trade. Now with all the 4 bullish bearish trade setups we identified, and today especially EMA confluence also introduced in this video, so that you know better stocks that are having a high probability trade setups for your intraday trade point of view, short-term income trade, that is a DIT trade points of view, and also weekly and monthly income trade, long-term income trade point of view also. We are added all the EMA confluence related checks. And in the final report, ATRs, daily ATRs, stop buffers let us generate based on daily ATR. First 17 in this list are indices, that includes all sectorial indices, remaining all are equity stocks, but the list is taken from F&O list. So I keep on scrolling the list down. Any of the stock you want to refer, please pause the video. So I'm scrolling the list down. So this is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you. Let's all meet again in our next video. Spend good time because we added a different trade setups based on EME also. So please analyze those stocks. You have a good weekend. You will be getting sufficient time. And it will also give you good experience for practice purpose also. Okay, let's all meet again in our next video. Thank you.